In this Getting Started tutorial, I'm going to show you how to view documents and sequences in Geneious Prime, and some of the different visualization options available. Within Geneious, selecting a folder in the folder tree will show all of the documents within that folder in the document table. This table summarizes the information of each document. Selecting a specific file within the document table will show the contents of that file within the document viewer window underneath. To enlarge the document viewer, it is possible to expand the window so that it fills the whole screen by selecting this button here. Selecting the button again will restore the default view. Additionally, selecting this button here will open the document viewer in a new window, which is particularly useful when viewing large files or when you're using multiple monitors. Geneious supports a variety of file types. Each file type can be identified in the document table by a unique icon. For example, this icon refers to a nucleotide sequence, whereas this icon here refers to a circular nucleotide sequence, such as plasmids. At the top of the document viewer panel, there are different tabs containing specific data and information. Most file types will have a text view, lineage, and info tab. Text view shows the document's information in a text format. Lineage displays all the files that are linked to this file, either as parent or descendant. And the info tab displays some metadata about that file. Certain file types have their own unique tabs. For example, nucleotide files have a sequence view tab, where you can browse the sequence, as well as an annotations tab, where you can view any features within the sequence. Within the document viewer, you can also split the view so that multiple views are shown simultaneously. To do this, simply select the Split View button and specify your preference to split the panel horizontally or vertically. Now you can view one tab on one side of the panel and a different tab on the other side. Pressing the X in the corner of the panel will close that panel segment. When viewing nucleotide file types, you'll see a control panel to the right of the document viewer. This control panel contains various tabs that let you customize what your sequence looks like. You can even perform some simple analyses directly from here. Within the General tab, you can use the options at the top to zoom in or out of the sequence. You can also zoom into a specific region by highlighting it on the map and pressing the Zoom to Selection button. The Colors drop-down menu underneath allows you to adjust the colors of the nucleotide bases by selecting from a range of presets. Alternatively, selecting the Edit option will enable you to manually specify your own color for each base. The various checkbox options underneath allow you to control what is shown on the map, such as annotations, translations, and restriction sites. In the next tab, you can tweak the sequence view display even further by toggling on or off the nucleotide and complement sequences, as well as the translation. The Graphs tab lets you show or hide certain graphs, such as the GC content of the sequence. Switching to the Annotations and Tracks tab will give you greater control on what features are shown on the sequence. For example, instead of showing all the annotations, you can use the checkboxes to just show a specific feature, such as coding sequences. Geneious can also search for additional annotations and open reading frames. These settings are found on the next tab. The top option searches within a specified folder in your local database for annotations that match your sequence. Underneath, open reading frames can be searched based on a minimum size and start codon preference. In the Restriction Analysis tab, you can search for restriction sites within your sequence. Simply specify a desired enzyme library and tweak the criteria options. In the Advanced tab, you will find additional settings to adjust the layout and visualization settings. Finally, the Statistics tab reports a range of statistics about the sequence, such as the nucleotide and codon compositions. These statistics are updated in real time based on your selection. For example, selecting a specific annotation or highlighting a region will update the statistics for that selection of interest. That's an overview of each tab. However, it's worth noting that you can also select more than one tab in the control panel at any one time by holding the Shift key. For example, I can select the Restriction Analysis tab, and while holding the Shift key, I can select the Statistics tab. All of the specified tab options will now be stacked, so you can view them at the same time. For further tutorials on getting started with Geneious, refer to the other videos in this series.